Sponsored in part by 4-Wheel Campers, freedom on 4 wheels. On this episode of Project Big Red K10.
Going, just kind of helping. Once the camper's in place, sitting on the truck, we'll make some marks and get it all lined up exactly where it needs to sit. Wow.
After final measurements, the truck's been rolled back out. The camper is being prepped here to be mounted to the truck bed.
How you doing? My name is Matt. I'm one of the service techs here at 4-Wheel Camper, and I'm going to do a walkthrough on this new Project M that Chad just picked up from us. To start off, he got the AGM power solution with truck charging power solution with solar. So it's basically the everything that comes with it. This is like the maximum electrical package that we have for this Project M. But right now it's a battery pack that will run everything in the camper. It's got dual fans with remote controls. It's got 4 lights. It's got floodlights that run. Everything will be running off of this battery system, and it will charge from the truck. So it's got a truck charging system. It's got solar charging. And then it also has a 110 charger that it comes with, a battery charger that you can plug into the house and charge the battery. So you can charge this battery pack 3 different ways. This particular one also comes with a power inverter that you can plug into the back side of the battery pack and then use it as an inverter. So it's a really good package and well worth the money. You know, actually all of our Project M's now come with 3 bolts. So it's a 3-bolt package. You can get it, you can do a clamp-on system as well that goes on the bed rail of the truck. This particular one, and most people, like 90% of everybody that buys these now, are doing a bolt through. So it goes through the side rail of the truck and bolts to it. Nylar nuts, washers, the whole bit. Grade 8 bolts, so real strong, doesn't shift, doesn't move. It's really the way to do these Project M's is to bolt it down. You can do clamp-ons, like I said, but like I said, it's really the most secure way to do it is the bolt-down package. So it's got three different positions that it drills through and bolts down. Easy to take off, easy to put on, and it's way secure. So that's the bolt-down package that he got. He also got the seal, so it's got a double bolt seal that goes all the way around the camper in one continuous seal, so there's no cuts or slits or joints or anything. It's one continuous double bulb that goes all the way around the camper. That's basically got a double-sided stick tape, really good stick tape, and it's stapled to the camper. So when you take it off, it stays on the camper, and then when you take it off and you want to put it back on, it just bolts right back on. You don't have to reseal anything. This one has a really small aluminum plate. If you can kind of see there, I'll get that on video there. This particular camper fits really nice, right? So there's only a small little gap in the front, so we only had to use a 2-inch plate. Some of them, you know, you have to put it's a bigger space, so you'll have to use a 3-inch plate, possibly a 4-inch plate. This one fits really good. So, and that is screwed to the camper, sealed to the camper, and double bulb sealed as well. So, you know, really pretty good watertight system for this front end of this particular camper. And again, so the bulb goes all the way around. That's the seal. Wiring wise, you kind of seen the wiring. The wiring just goes all the way to the front on the truck charging system. This wire here goes all the way to the front, goes to a thermal breaker just like our slide-in campers, and then directly to the battery positive, and then chassis ground or battery ground. So that's the battery charging system. So wiring wise, and then we also do a brake light wire on this one. The Project M's have a brake light up top. When we close it, you'll get a better view of that brake light, but it has a separate brake light wire that goes to this one goes to the tail light. So because these older trucks have a single brake light, so that just goes directly to the brake light. That's basically the install, what we do install wise. Right, so right now we're gonna pop this up. It's a lot like just like our other campers, the slide-ins and the flatbeds. There's 6 roof latches. There's 2 in the front, and this particular one has 2 on the sides. So there's still 6 total, but 2 on each side, 2 in the front. So when you pop it up, make sure you get all 6 roof latches. So we're gonna undo the latches like that, bring it down. Make sure that comes down like that. And the latches do adjust a little bit, so they don't have to be super tight. They just need to be nice and snug, but you want to make sure when you're undoing them that they do come down all the way like that. That's 2, and I always count them down, right? Just to make sure you get all 6. That's 3 down. 6. So we got all 6 roof latches down. Next step is just to climb in here. And we're gonna release this bolt. That's the next step. So you just kind of put a little pressure on the folding panel, release that bolt, and then push up with 2 hands like that. So just make sure that all the roof latches are done and just kind of push up. Once it starts to go up, it will go right up. The lift assist do most of the work. You just gotta kind of help it. Once it backs up, you put a little safety strap around it and snap that in place. You'll probably get a better view of that when we get in here. Once I get the back up, I take the bungee cord off the back so you're not running into that bungee cord. The front, just unsnap that, push board, push handle, and then just kind of push down and up at the same time. Kind of gets it going. Just kind of help it on up. Snap that folding panel forward. Snap the handle up out of the way, and it's up and ready to go. Awesome, perfect. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and open this ARB awning up. It's got a light as well. I'll show you how to use the light as well. So basically, the first step to doing it is just unzip the ARB awning, undo this Velcro strap, and then this is just gonna unroll right in your hand. This is the light plug. So you're just gonna let it unroll just like that. You can see your strip light and your plug for the strip light. It just plugs into a 12-volt socket. It comes with a really long cord, so you can plug it into your power box, or you can run it into the truck to the cigarette lighter. So you're just gonna let it unroll all the way out. Got Carlos here to help me, so he's gonna kind of hold that up for me. Just easier to have a third person. This handle drops down, like so. You just kind of screw that till it's it's tight, and then snug that down. That just adjusts the height. As you look up in here, there's a couple of side pulls that just kind of snap in like that. So this pull is going to slide all the way out to here, and this adjusts as well. And then it's going to go right into that pin. And then once it's tight like that, you just tighten this. That just locks that pole into place. Snug that pole down, so now that's basically set up. Once you get the side pulls in, there's little awning or side pole straps. So that's basically in the up position, freestanding. It comes with stakes, comes with ropes, and it comes with your plug and your controls for your lights, for your ARB lights. So this just screws into that, and you can see how long the cord is with a 12-volt socket. You can plug that into your box, or you can plug it into your truck. It also comes with some stakes and some ropes to tie it off, like, you know, to secure it if it gets windy or breezy.
So after the 100-mile journey to the four-wheel camper factory, totally unrelated to the camper install, Big Red K10 died on the factory floor. And in 24 hours, I was able to figure out that it was a fuel problem, resolved it, and the truck's back running, and here it is in all its glory with the four-wheel camper Project M. Fortunately, the tow truck arrived, but unfortunately arrived in the middle of Matt's walk around. So I didn't get to finish reviewing the details of the interior of the camper with him. So let's do that now. The upper portion of this camper is just like any other four-wheel camper. Have an insulative layer here. Then you have this like marine grade canvas that's totally waterproof and tough. It kind of feels like be on a Zodiac boat or something. And then you have a window here, and it's open. So 3 layers. It insulates really well. The roof is all insulated. Got 4 LED lights here. On, off, and they're also dimmable. So dim down, up, and they'll hold the memory for the dim as well. You have 2 windows. This can act as an emergency exit because it's big enough. This one has latches to be an emergency exit. Here's the bed. It's based on a welded aluminum frame just like the entire camper, which gives it lots of strength. And just this itself I can actually sleep on. I'm about 6 foot. But if you want, you can slide this out. It slides down, and all back there, that's what these pads are for. So it turns into a giant, kind of like king-size bed. Up here you have 2 max fans. You can see I have the front one running. What's cool is these are based on a remote. So I can actually just hit the remote. Just turn this one off. And yeah, you can reverse them, change the speed, all from the remote. So that way, if you're in bed at night and you don't want to get up to turn this one off over here, you just hit the remote. You could also keep one of these remotes down on the tailgate. The truck's so high to get in and out of, that way you can control the fans from down there as well. There is a lot of room in here. Big 8-foot bed on this old Squarebody truck. Wow. I'm gonna build custom interior in here. That's what's cool about these campers, is they kind of give you a clean slate to do so if you like to do that kind of thing. They also have their sliding campers, which have everything built in. Here's the power station. You can see it's lit up green right now. This battery monitor will glow green when energy is being drawn from it. And you can see right now, it says negative 1.6 amps. That's what's being drawn right now from all the lights and both fans running. I've actually had all of that running full power plus the outdoor lights. This will run it all night. Also have a switch here. You turn on, and you've got your 12-volt socket and USB ports. Here's the inverter. It's a really nice 750 watt inverter. Give you the best plugs. You see that will go right here and plug in. This whole unit will come off. You can see it's strapped down, tied in. I don't know what these clamps are called, but you can see the handles here. So if you need to take this outside, you can take it off and take it outside and have power pretty much anywhere. When this is charging instead of drawing, like from the solar panel or from when the truck's running, it will surge glow green, and that way you know just from a distance it's actually charging, and you would see this in a positive number versus a negative. Up here you have your fuse panel, and it looks like some sort of backup system, Blue Sea Systems battery link. Got a carbon monoxide detector and a fire extinguisher. The door has two locks. It locks from the outside, and it's nice because you have these safety latches from the inside here. So even if it's locked on the outside, you can still pull these and unlatch the door to get out.